So news fresh out of court is that Golden Boy have been able to maintain their restraining order on Vergil Ortiz, meaning that Vergil Ortiz can still no longer negotiate a boots fight independently, which I'm not surprised by at all because he's got a promotional contract with Golden Boy, so they're his promoter. You can't just decide that you don't want Golden Boy to be your promoter anymore if you've signed a deal and you've still that deal is still valid, which it is. You can't just decide to, okay, yeah, my manager's gonna negotiate this. That's not how it works. That's not how contracts work. That's not do you know what I mean? It's not how it works, right? And luckily, I mean not luckily, because ultimately we want this fight to happen and we want to see it as soon as possible. But cooler heads have sort of prevailed where the letter of the law is followed, and rightfully so. But it does mean that it likely isn't going to happen. But I'm seeing reports that, okay, that means this fight probably won't happen. Why does it mean that? Because in principle, from what Eddie Hearn said at least, there was a deal agreed. You know, it was agreed upon, maybe not legally, contractually, done in writing, but there was a deal agreed upon in a room, person to person, man to man. So that shows me a deal can be made. A deal can be struck. So it's a bump in the road, another bump in the road, but particularly where Golden Boy are pretty cooked at the moment, where financially they've got problems and Oscar De La Hoya is doing a madness and all that. So that's really what's going to stop this fight from happening, not any of the legal issues, really, because the legal issues haven't really changed anything, in my opinion. Because it's not like Vergil Ortiz is now no longer under Golden Boy. He was always under Golden Boy, right? And it's in everyone's best interest to resolve these issues and get the fight done and get the deal made, because it's a big fight. This is a big fight for everyone involved. It's a big fight for Boots, biggest fight of Boots' career, biggest fight of Vergil Ortiz's career. Golden Boy desperately need a big event, a big payday. Matchroom don't need it desperately, but Eddie Hearn's a businessman. He's never going to turn down the opportunity to make more money, right? He's not going to do that. But yeah, it's weird. It's a weird situation because I don't know. Has this happened in boxing before? It probably has. In all of boxing, it probably has happened. But it does feel a bit weird because Vergil Ortiz has basically just tried to go into business for himself. That's not how it works. And Vergil Ortiz, you're a big name. You're a world champ. Well, not world champion, but you're a guy who's in and around world level. Golden Boy aren't just going to let you go ahead and do this shit. I don't know what you were thinking. Did he think that maybe his deal was up? I don't know what he was thinking. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think this fight will get made? When do you think it will take place? Obviously, again, another bump in the road. And of course, when you have these legal proceedings and these things go on and they take time, Vergil Ortiz is desperate to clearly get out of the Golden Boy contract, but he's going about it the wrong way. He's going about it, Oh, I don't want to say Vergil Ortiz, but Vergil Ortiz, his manager, his management team, they're going about it the wrong way. If you want to get out of a contract, you need to buy your way out of that contract. If you're not in a position to do that, then you're a slave to the contract. And that's business. That's how life is. That's how the legal system works, unfortunately. That's it. That's why contracts are in place, to protect the A side. The B side can't have too much control. The A side needs to be in control, and that's what contracts are there for. So, hey man, we'll see if this fight ever gets made. If it does, I'd be great. If not, it'll be a huge shame because both guys are world level guys, and in my opinion, the two best guys at 154. Even though neither of them have a world championship, in my opinion, looking at the boxing ability of both guys, they are the two best guys at 154, and I would love to see them fight. Hopefully we get to see it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. What do you think is next for Vergil Ortiz in terms of the legal sense? Does this mean he'll just go back to Golden Boy and Golden Boy will try and co-promote this fight with Matchroom, or will Golden Boy cancel the contract? To be honest, Golden Boy might go out of business. If Golden Boy go out of business, then Vergil Ortiz won't have to worry about it. But businesses going out of business is something that takes a very long time to sort out and often can cost a lot of money and a lot of time, and it'll be a shame if we see Vergil Ortiz not fight again this year purely because of legal/promoter issues. But it does happen in boxing. Happened with Andre Ward, happened with a lot of guys where issues with promoters, issues with everything outside of the ring is what stops them from fighting as often as they can and getting those big fights and getting those world title fights and building up a legacy quicker than they would have well, as quick as possible, right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like I said, do you think this fight will take place? When do you think it will take place if it does? Hopefully it'll be this year. I mean, we're only in March now, but hopefully this fight does happen this year. But the headline is the restraining order has been maintained and Vergil Ortiz cannot negotiate a fight without Golden Boy. He's still under contract to Golden Boy. Nothing's changed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.